Alright guys, we are finally back with the DC Extended Universe video series. Now this time we're going to be talking something pretty controversial after the release of Batman v Superman and the kind of negative response that it's had with some of the fans, including myself. The topic of discussion here is, should Superman be soft rebooted post Batman v Superman? Now obviously this is going to contain spoilers for people who have not seen that film, especially the third act. If you don't know what happens in the last 20 minutes of the movie, you should probably click off this video now, go watch the movie, or read about it and then come back to the video. But anyways, here we go. So Superman is seemingly killed by Doomsday when he sacrifices himself to stop the Rage Monster during the third act of Batman v Superman. Now we see that the world has a large funeral for him, everyone has a memorial, people are mourning the loss of a Superman. Bruce realizes there is still good in men, and he goes and sets out to form the Justice League that we will see next year. Now, one of the things that is very interesting about this is the fact that Zack Snyder chose to kill off Superman because he wanted Batman to be the person that would form the Justice League, because you can't do it if a guy like Superman is flying around. It just wouldn't make sense. Now, this comment kind of struck me as odd, and I don't understand fully why Snyder chose to kill off Superman in his second cinematic appearance in this universe. However, this could be a good thing. Now that Superman has paid the ultimate sacrifice in this movie, he now knows what it means to be a hero and what he can actually mean for the world. Thus, he can come back as a happier beacon of hope that the Justice League and the rest of the world actually need, because the transition that we saw in character from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman within Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent's own character, was pretty minimal. He was essentially the same character that we saw at the end of Man of Steel, with all of the gloom and mopiness still inside of him, kind of not figuring out what his place in the world is. We see throughout Batman v Superman that he continues to go out and help people and save people and do what he thinks is the right thing, except the rest of the world seems to hate him for doing that and thinks that he's just this uncontrollable alien god that no one should trust because he can't intervene in foreign affairs because that's against the law. Now what I'm trying to get at here is that I believe that the direction that Zack Snyder took with Superman in Batman v Superman was not the best route that he could have gone. The problem that you have with Superman being a depressed, mopey character in the movie is that he doesn't really provide a foil to Batman, who is essentially the same character. He's a depressed, mopey vigilante that goes around branding criminals and sentencing them to death in prison and killing them directly on screen. We have two characters that come into conflict that doesn't really make any sense because they're not that different morally. So, if Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder were to soft reboot the Superman character in Justice League 1 or 2 whenever they decide to bring him back, I believe this could be a good thing for the franchise going forward, because it could give them an excuse to make Superman more lighthearted and change the character in a way that wasn't really possible with the previous version from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. So tell me down below what you guys would like to see from Superman going forward now that we know that he will be back eventually, just not in the foreseeable future. Would you like to see him as the more classic version of Superman that we saw in the comic books or some of the older films, you know, the kind of Americana hero that does the right thing and he's more happy and more inspiring, this beacon of hope? Or would you rather him be the more kind of morally ambiguous character that we saw in Man of Steel and BVS? Post your thoughts down in the comment section below, and if you're new to the channel and you liked our content, be sure to hit that subscribe button down there to keep up to date on all of our latest videos. My name is Nick, and I will catch you guys next time.